Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, and in today's video we're going to discuss phone mounts on the R1. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of tea, and let us get into the video. So ladies and gents, how are we all doing? I hope you're doing well. And as the title of the video suggests, we are going to be discussing phone mounts for the R1. As you know, I've never actually ridden, well, never ridden properly, should I say, with a phone mount on the bike. Not on this R1, nor on the 1098 per se. I did have something called a strap nav on the 1098, which works pretty decently, except for when the bike got over 100 degrees, which it regularly did. It caused my phone to spack out. I currently have an iPhone 11 Pro, which I won't be able to upgrade for about another year or so. So I'm basically looking to use the phone not just as a sat nav, but also as a potential secondary, maybe tertiary camera. Second or third to those who don't know what that means. Basically, I've been toying with the idea of getting a phone mount for the R1 for about a week or so, along with also all the other rods and sods that I want to get, such as the D-cat link pipe, a quick shifter, braided hoses, etc, etc. And if anyone's owned a 2009 to 2014 R1, you will know just as well as I do that there's not a huge amount of space to work with down here. Naturally, I know I can use a fork stem mount, which a lot of manufacturers make these days. There's a RAM mount, there is Quadlock, there is Ultimateaddons, just to name a few, but I just don't know which one to choose. I've heard some absolute fucking horror stories with regards to the Quadlock, involving iPhones especially, and I'll be honest, I do not want the cameras on my phone to get messed about with. So as you can see, now that we're under some light, you can see that I don't have a lot to work with here. I've got no bar ends that I can bolt to. I've really only got the fork stem mount, or a mount that goes where the fuel tank bolts to. Now I don't really want to go down that route of bolting something to the tank, because that will just add even more dramas to my already mounting list of things that I want. Trying to replace the tank on the R1 ain't one of them, nor do I want it to be one of them. But we're going to get some petrol while we're at it. So bear me 1 second, ladies and gents, while we get some petroleums, and then we shall be on our way. What the fuck's this idiot doing? What's this anus doing? Rude boy, why are you taking pictures of your push button next to a fucking petrol pump, you dickhead? You can have a better do with your time. Oh wait, of course you don't, you're a fucking cyclist. You fuckers never have anything better to do with your time. And that's not me having a pop at every cyclist, just him. So I've already passed that geezer once already, so he's going to stand there fucking about on his phone instead of being on his way. He's going to be a fucking nuisance standing there doing fuck all. Oh, cyclists, gotta love him. Fucking not. But what can you do, eh? Let's get that warm start, baby! So anyway, as I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, back to the great phone holder debate. I know a lot of people swear by RAM mount. I sell them at my work, but I will be completely and utterly transparent with you lovely people. I am not a great fan. I really am not. And it's not through any fault of RAM mount of their own. It's no fault of the brand themselves. But I've just found that a lot of the RAM mount stuff that I've either sold or installed on customers' bikes doesn't always fit very well. That could be down to the bike not having a lot of space to work with, or it could just be just a really unfortunate turn of events in terms of the products we have at the time. But what I can tell you is that we've had a couple of people on R1s buy the RAM mounts and be really happy with them. I personally don't think they are going to be suitable for what I want. And as bad as that sounds, what I wanted to do, I wanted to sit somewhere, I want the phone to sit somewhere ideally in landscape so I can see the maps and whatever else, and just generally be out of the way. That's kind of like where I'm at with it right now. And as well as RAM mount, there's Quadlock, there's Rokform, I think it's called. What else is there? There's probably 101 other ones out there on the market these days, whereas before it was only like a good 3 or 4, maybe 5 decent ones. But the one thing I want to try and get away from is using the strap nav, because yes, okay, it works, and it works really, really well on the 1098, but on the R1 there's not enough real estate there to work with. If I had a big old chunky top yoke that I could either stick something to or whatever, then fine, but I don't. The problem I have is that my phone is quite a chunky device, and there isn't really anything out there to match it in terms of stability and, well, basically safety, because I don't like the idea of losing my phone. And also, as you guys know, with being a content creator, having the ability to mount a GoPro to my bike as well is kind of not necessarily a necessity, but a nice added feature that I would like to try and utilise. And with having a stem mount attachment, and I don't know if any other brands do this, I think RAM mount and Ultimateaddons do it. They make a adapter which goes on a 1-inch ball mount to allow you to attach a GoPro mount, or at least attempt it anyway. And yes, I know a lot of people are probably going to say about waterproofing and stuff like that. As far as I know, the iPhone 11 is waterproof, or at least shower resistant. And if I went with either a Rokform mount or the Ultimateaddons mount, they have their own independent cases for each particular brand of phone. For example, they do Samsungs, they do iPhones, they do Huawei's, I think they do the Sony Xperia phones. They also do universal cases which work on a lot of different phones, like for example the Google Pixel and all the other random phones that are, you know, are of a obscure size, shall we say. So there is something that will work for a lot of people. It's just trying to find what suits your particular requirements. And like I said, what I want to try and achieve with my phone is either to use it as a secondary or even tertiary camera, so it can record me, it can record, you know, like Snapchat videos or TikToks or whatever, or Instagram shorts, that kind of thing. That's kind of what I want to get to, because I have noticed just recently on YouTube that a lot of channels are doing YouTube shorts these days, or Instagram reels and stuff like that, which is giving them a bit more publicity. So naturally I want to capitalise on that as well. My main reason for looking to get the phone mount, like I've already touched upon, is primarily for a sat nav. And if I were to get a Bluetooth comms kit, for example, or even Apple earbuds or AirPods, whatever they fucking call them these days, I can actually either listen to music, have a conversation with someone, or at least be able to hear my sat nav. Because believe it or not, I can actually hear myself better on the R1 than I can on the 1098. And that might sound rather odd, but that's more down to the fact that with the 1098 she's got a dry clutch and she's a big, you know, 1100cc V-twin, whereas this is a 1000cc inline-4 cross-plane crank, so the firing order is a little bit quieter, a little bit easier to deal with in terms of noise, well, until I get the decat anyway. So if you were me, what would you do? Of all the brands that I've mentioned, Would you go ram mount? Would you go Ultimateaddons? Would you go Quadlock? Would you go Rokform? Or is there another brand which I haven't come across yet that you would suggest as well? And if you have any experience with any of these particular mounts or phone case, phone holders, whatever you want to call them, please make sure to let me know in the comments box down below so that I can take a look, because you guys, your knowledge helps me become better. Your guys' input helps make me a better content creator, a better product tester and reviewer, and it also gives me more motivation to do more videos. So like I said, ladies and gents, if you have got any experience with any of the above aforementioned mounts, or if you know one that I haven't mentioned or haven't thought of, make sure to let me know in the comments box down below. On a bit of a side note, how are you enjoying the content on our Pressure Canario puppy gunner? I hope you guys are enjoying that as well as I am making it. Today, would you believe, Friday the 11th of February is Gunner's 2nd week anniversary of finding his forever home. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have had Gunner for 2 weeks today. It may be longer by the time you see this video, because at the moment Gunner is really taking up a lot of our time with training and you know, just generally getting used to us getting used to him and all that good stuff. So we're all getting acclimatized nicely. Gunner is slowly learning his place in the house, which is always encouraging. Bit of speed. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. I know there's more than enough brands on the market that either want to, will do, or try to make cases and mounting solutions for various different bikes and cars and phones and all the rest of it. I think, if I'm honest, should I say, I will probably end up going with a fork stem mount. Hopefully with any luck I'll be able to find one online or through my work or something like that that's not stupidly expensive, because it would be nice to have either the option to have my phone on the dash, well not on the dash but there on the top yoke, or even have it just sitting there so I know where it is, so should I need it for whatever reason it's easily found. Because not only that, I've also noticed that the clock on the dash on the old one is massively wrong. So instead of relying on the clock on the dash, I could use my phone instead. In all fairness, I prefer that, because at least I know my watch, the clock on my phone is actually up to date and the time is right, shall we say. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. A decent quality mount with a decent quality case, which will keep my decent quality phone safe, so I can tell the time without worrying about it being right or wrong. And not only that, I'll be able to see when someone's ringing me or if I get a message. Nice indicator, you fat c***. That's my bit of road rage out the way. Really, couldn't fucking sit behind me, no. As I always say, ladies and gents, if you aren't already subscribed, please consider doing so. It'd be great to have you guys on board and join me along my YouTube journeys. If you're on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram, I've put links to all my social media at the bottom of the description of the video. So if you want to follow me on any of those platforms, please feel free to do so. And please excuse me while I deal with this absolute arse fucking hat of a moped rider. And as always, ladies and gents, if you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure to smash the like button, ring the bell so you're kept up to date with any new content when I drop it. Feel free to follow me on all social medias like I've just said. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys have been absolutely fucking awesome. I have been Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, saying look after yourselves, look after each other, stay safe on the roads, be aware of COVID-19, be safe, be happy, and as always, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, adios!